Hi, I am Rachel Cox, and I'm here to tell you about my weight loss journey. And it's so much more than a weight loss journey. It is a health and wellness journey, a confidence journey, a finding myself and learning to love myself journey. And in order to tell you, I am going to go back and give you my history and a little backstory about what brought me to my lowest point as an adult. I have always struggled with my body image. I grew up in the 90s, the toxic diet culture of the 90s, where unless you were stick skinny, you were fat. Unless you could see your hip bones, you were overweight and not beautiful. Skinny was beautiful growing up, and that diet culture was toxic and taught me that unless I was super skinny, I wasn't worthy. I wasn't beautiful. I wasn't unique. I wasn't what other people would find attractive. And it ruined the way I thought about myself. And that mindset went with me all the way into my 30s. So let's fast forward to 33-year-old Rachel. I had 2 kids. I had never lost the baby weight from my youngest. I weighed 215 pounds. I'm 5'3", so that's a lot of weight on my small frame. I had high cholesterol, high blood pressure. I was on the road to type 2 diabetes because it runs in my family very aggressively, as well as heart disease. And I had just lost my dad to lung cancer a few months prior. I was at my lowest. I was learning to live this life, go through this world without my dad. And I'm a daddy's girl. I was a daddy's girl. I just remember hitting a point where I was depressed. I didn't feel like playing with my kids, therefore I felt like a failure. I hated how I looked. I couldn't figure out what it about me my husband loved anymore. So I asked for help. I went to my regular doctor and I talked to her about my weight loss concerns. I could not lose a single pound no matter how hard I tried, and I had tried it all. Beachbody for over a year. I worked out 7 days a week for an hour a day. Nothing. I ate right. I counted calories. I did low carb. I did no carb. I did intermittent fasting. You name it, I did it. And nothing ever changed. The closest I would get was maintaining a weight. And then as soon as I gave up because there was no progress, I gained. And so it was a constant uptick of weight gain. And my doctor could look back at my previous year's physical for the past 3 years and see that every time I came back in, I was heavier. And she looked at my blood work and she took in all the facts and all the family history, and she's like, okay, we've got to get your weight under control. I know you're concerned about it, so I'm going to put you on a medication that has been great for weight loss. So she started me on weekly injections, and you may have heard of them. They're called Mounjaro. Mounjaro is a diabetic medication that does help lower your A1C and help with your sugar levels, but it also aids in weight loss. And I cannot explain to you, first of all, how nervous I was to start this journey. I was nervous. I didn't know anything about this medication. I'd never even heard of it until my doctor recommended it. But I did it because I was at my lowest and I needed a change. And I obviously could not do it on my own. I thought something was wrong with me. Am I lazy? Am I just not trying hard enough? All those things that go through your mind, like, well, if you just get up and move and eat less, you would lose weight. I did it. But maybe I didn't try hard enough. Even though sometimes I was almost starving myself. So I started the medication in July of 2022 at 215 pounds. And by March of 2023, I weighed 135 pounds. The weight just fell off every week. It helped me to curb my cravings, my sweets cravings, that I was addicted to sweets. I craved them more than anything in the world. It helped take those away 100%. I couldn't even stand to smell sweets. Everything was too sweet to me. It took away the food noise. And if you don't know what food noise is, then you're probably not going to understand my journey. But the food noise is just that constant thought of, what am I going to eat now? I shouldn't eat that, but I'm going to. Did I eat too much of that? Ooh, that sounds good. Let's eat this. It's more like a crutch, something that I would cling to, eating. If I was sitting watching TV, I had to have a snack. My mouth and hands had to be doing something. I had to be snacking. That was the food noise. And after a few weeks on this medication, the food noise went away. And I never realized how bad the food noise was until it went away, until my mind was silent. I stayed on Mounjaro. I had some ups and downs because I tried to maintain my weight on my own. But I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS, that prohibits me from maintaining a healthy weight. It makes me gain weight very quickly. It also makes my cravings 100 times worse. And the water weight that packs on when I'm off the medication because of my PCOS is unbelievable. So I stayed on Mounjaro until June of 2023, and my insurance declined my prescription because I'm not type 2 diabetic. They will not approve it for weight loss. So I had to find an alternative, and luckily I found it compounded. I've been on tirzepatide since July, and I love it. I feel amazing. I lose consistently 1 pound per week, and I am able to maintain a healthy weight loss. I have energy. I'm not nauseous. I don't have food noise, but I still can eat. It's not taking my appetite, but I crave the good things. And now that I have overcome this obstacle, I know that I am strong and capable of great things. So I am on a mission to help others. Others who feel defeated and lost and lazy and not worthy, just like I did last year. I want to help you. I want you to know that there is help out there and it is not your fault. Obesity is a chronic disease that can and needs to be treated with medication. And even if your insurance will not approve medication for you, there are alternatives like compounded, which is what I'm on and I love. And honestly, it makes me feel better than the brand name. I don't have the side effects that I experienced on the brand name. And given the chance to go back, I wouldn't. I will stay with compounded because I feel so much better. And so I want to walk you along your journey. I want to help you reach your goals. I want you to be a more confident version of yourself because you deserve it. You deserve to feel good in your clothes and you deserve to feel good to play with your kids. You deserve to love yourself. And that is part of my journey I'm still learning, is to love myself. But how about we learn together? I will support you and you can support me. We will be friends. We will be partners on this journey. If you have questions about how you can get this weight loss medication that is prescribed by a board certified doctor licensed in your state that you live in, just ask me how. Ask me how, and I would love to walk you through it. It is life-changing, and I will never go back, and I will never stop shouting it from the rooftops that there is hope and that you can do it too.